Kansas Senator Roger Marshall to talk us through the strategy.
Hey there, Senator. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So can you tell us a little bit about what was said and what was discussed in that meeting yesterday with Donald Trump?
Yeah, well, good morning, everybody. I think what the most important thing to communicate to America is just the momentum that I'm feeling in that room, that just the vibe that President Trump is putting off is such a positive vibe, that he's mastered all these topics. He sat down for 2 hours. He took every question, answered every question in depth. And, the whole goal is to delivering on his agenda. I think if you would ask President Trump, he would say that he ran on the safety and security of your family, that he ran on securing the border. Yes, he talked about inflation and gas and groceries. Those are important too. But his main issue that he promised America is that he would secure the borders and make your family safe. So what we talked about is how do we get there? And yes, there's this reconciliation bill. The House has its ideas. The Senate has his ways. And the president said, and listen to all those 53 senators. And I think that we'll end up in a good spot and work on those goals. We got to stay focused on the goals.
Senator, if the Laken-Riley Act, which is going to be voted on later this week, and actually you're going to break the filibuster with Democrats in support, it looks like. If that's an indication, maybe separating them with border and tax relief might get Democrat support on the good stuff, the easy stuff, and do the hard stuff, the tax stuff, separately.
Yeah, listen. I think that there's two paths to every voyage to get to the victory spot. I think we need to stay focused on our goals. I think that Speaker Johnson is in a much harder spot. That he has Congress members from states like New York and New Jersey that want this SALT tax reinstated, the deduction. So he's in a tough spot. At the end of the day, we got to get it passed and support the president's agenda.
So I want to ask you about the confirmation hearings scheduled to start next week with Trump's pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth set for hearings on Tuesday. Are you confident that all of Trump's nominees will be confirmed? I know some of your Democrat colleagues have been saying that they have a lot of questions for some of Trump's picks, for example, Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, well, the good news is America gave us a 53-seat majority, so we don't have to have any Democrats to get these people across the finish line. But regardless, what I've noticed about all of President Trump's nominees is they're great communicators. Next, I think that they're very loyal, and these are some of the sharpest people that I've ever met, and they're ready to get to work and deliver on the president's agenda. I can't wait. I think that Pete will get through. I think that they'll all get through. Yeah, there's going to be some controversy. I don't agree with everything that every one of these people say, but that's normal. That's America. But at the end of the day, they're going to support the president's agenda.
Okay, and Senator, I know you're getting ready to launch a new caucus in the Senate named the Make America Healthy Again caucus to support the joint mission of President-elect Trump, RFK Jr., who's Trump's pick to head the Department of Health and Human Services. What's your goal with this caucus, and do you see RFK having any problems getting confirmed?
Look, I think that Bobby will get through the gauntlet, as they say. Yes, he's going to get some tough questions, but he's absolutely committed to making America healthy again. And really, this is a large new coalition that's joined the Republican Party. Look, 60% of Americans have some type of chronic disease. 20% of our children on some type of a prescription and drug. A third of our adolescents have type 2 diabetes. Look, I think that making America healthy again all starts with nutrition. And I look forward to trying to figure out, well, what does that mean today? How can we deliver more healthy foods, let's say, for our schools, for our senior citizen lunches that we serve as well? Everything that the federal government touches, we should have an improved nutritional value. And I look forward to working with RFK Jr. on this. And I know a lot of Americans are excited about it.
Absolutely. Senator, great to have you with us this morning. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.